On Gravitas tonight, we get you the latest from the Ukraine-Russia war. Russian President Vladimir Putin dons military uniform in Kursk, while US President Donald Trump's envoy Steve Witkoff holds urgent talks in Moscow. But first, let's bring you the latest updates from the battlefield. Ukraine is facing relentless Russian bombings. Waves of missiles and drone swarms have rained down on Ukrainian cities. In response, Ukraine launched its own drone attacks deep into Russian-held regions. But on the battlefield, Ukraine is on the back foot. Putin's surprise visit to Kursk sends a clear message. Russia is not backing down. Meeting his frontline commanders, Putin has ordered an all-out push to destroy the enemy.
To completely liberate the territory of the Kursk region, to restore the situation along the state borderline. And of course we need to think, I would ask you to think in the future, about creating a security zone along the state border. We need to think about this too.
Meanwhile, the Ukrainian forces are clinging to their last strongholds in the face of the rapid advance by the Russian units. With their overwhelming firepower, drone strikes and reportedly with some North Korean-backed troops too, the Russian forces are slicing through Ukrainian defenses. In Kursk, over 30,000 Ukrainian troops are now encircled. The supply lines are destroyed. Russia has retaken 24 settlements in just 5 days, reclaiming land lost in last year's Ukrainian offensive. The important town of Zudza has also fallen, marking a major blow to Kiev's already crumbling defenses. As Putin ramps up his offense, Trump's administration is pushing for a ceasefire. The US has lifted its suspension of military aid to Ukraine following closed-door negotiations regarding the Ukraine-Russia peace talks in Saudi Arabia. American officials are now urging Moscow to accept a peace deal. But Russia is not impressed with the proposal, which is the 30-day ceasefire proposal. A Kremlin aide warns a ceasefire gives them nothing, while allowing Ukraine to regroup and prolong the war. Moscow insists it will not agree to a truce that benefits Kiev.
Our view is that it's merely a temporary break for the Ukrainian military and nothing else. Our goal is a long-term peaceful settlement, taking into account our country's legitimate interests and well-known concerns. No one needs an imitation of steps toward peace.
Trump, however, is not backing down. In a veiled threat, he has warned of devastating consequences for Russia if the fighting continues. The US president has outlined further sanctions, making it clear that peace is now Russia's responsibility.
Things you could do that wouldn't be pleasant in a financial sense. I can do things financially that would be very bad for Russia. I don't want to do that because I want to get peace. I want to see peace, and we'll see. But in a financial sense, yeah, we could do things very bad for Russia. It would be devastating for Russia, but I don't want to do that because I want to see peace.
Now, with US arms shipments resumed, Ukraine has started retaliating. Kiev launched 77 drones into Russian airspace, and that's just days after its largest direct strike on Moscow. And the largest direct strike on Moscow happened in the 3-year-long war. Russia claims to have downed them all, but the message is clear: Ukraine is still fighting. As Moscow weighs its options, the world is watching. Will Putin negotiate, or will he double down on his war effort? And how far is Trump willing to go if Russia refuses to stand down? The stakes have never been higher.